Okay, the question I get asked the most by far on this channel is about girls and the bar scene in Thailand. So today we're just going to jump right into it, explain what to do, what not to do. I've lived in Thailand a long time, so I hear about all the bad stories. I see mistakes guys make in the bars all the time. So we're going to break it down into 4 different sections and talk about what to expect here in the bars and what you should do and not do, basically. And I think it's going to be funny when everyone comments their own bar stories or something in the comments. And what we might do, we might start a mini series talking about people's stories over coffee in the morning, like Coffee with Tom series. So get writing in your stories, guys, and we can discuss. I can give you advice, etc. So let's jump right into it. For those first timers, the first thing that's going to happen when you come to Thailand and you go into any of the bars here is a beautiful girl or lady boy is going to approach you and try and talk to you, try and be sweet with you in order to get what they call here as a lady drink. So basically, lady drinks are where you buy the girl a drink and they will get commission like off of that drink. So normally the drink is a lot more expensive than your drink, can be like 50 baht more, sometimes can be double depending on the bar or the place you go, if it's a go-go bar for example. So the mistake not to make with this one is always, if you're going to buy the girl a drink, always just ask, how much is a lady drink? Don't just start buying a drinks and not ask how much it is, because you could get a like big shock when the bill comes, because they could put the price a lot higher than you like anticipated. So that's the mistake I would not make with the lady drinks. And another one is sometimes you might want them to drink alcohol, but they'll only be drinking orange juice, as they might have many customers buying them drinks all day. And of course, they cannot drink like 20, 30 beers in a day, otherwise they're going to be going home pretty early. So that's pretty much all about the lady drinks. It varies from bar to bar, the price. So just always make sure you ask the girl, if she sits down and you want her to stay at your table, how much is the lady drink. But sometimes, depending the bars you go as well, you can feel very like pressured into buying them a drink, especially if you go as a single guy, like alone. Like if I go in the bars where girls don't know me, they're a lot more like pushy to get a lady drink. But if you just want to stay alone, you just have to tell them politely, like, oh, I just want to drink a few beers alone, I'm okay, thank you, I don't need any company, and that's it. Then generally they just leave you alone. So that's pretty much it for the lady drinks. The second thing that's going to happen is generally you're going to either be in a regular bar or go-go bar. Generally it's the 2 types of bars that are in Thailand. So after you've spent the time buying the girl lady drink, most of these girls will like go home with you, they are working. So if you're in a regular bar, you generally have to pay the bar to take the girl out. So if it's just a normal bar, generally you just have to pay like their salary for the day, which could be like anywhere from 300 to 500 baht, just depending on the bar. And then if it's like a go-go bar, for those who don't know go-go bars, it's where the girls are kind of dancing naked inside. Generally in the go-go bars they have a like mama-san, which is like an older woman that kind of, I suppose, controls all the girls. A pimp in a way, what we would call it in our country. And you have to make an agreement with the mama-san how much money you're going to give her to take the specific girl you want outside and back with you. So they're the 2 types of bars pretty much that there are. Like even these like bars you see around Nana, they're like little bars with pool tables. Most of the girls that are like working for lady drinks, like I presume most of them would go home with you for a certain like cost if you pay the bar to take them out. But I suppose not all girls do it, but the majority are. Next up is the freelance type of girl. So this happens a lot around, like say if you're in Bangkok, like around the Nana Plaza area and Soi Cowboy area. So what happens is there'll be basically girls sitting in some bars, like for example those who have been to Bangkok will know Hillary, where the live music's playing, and there'll be girls there just like on a table, and it'll, to the normal person, it will just look like a group of girls out on a night out. But actually, there's a lot of freelance, what they call freelance, around this area. So basically, girls will be, you know, like winking you and being very like flirty with you, and you might think you're in with a chance to go home with a hot girl. And then they will like approach you, you will start talking to them, you might buy them a drink or two, and then you might think you're in there basically, and then they'll just like land it on you that they're working freelance and you have to pay them if you want to go home with them. So there are a lot of freelance around Bangkok. Then you have the girls who are blatantly kind of working freelance. They just like stand on the street, and when you walk past, they're gonna try and like grab your arm, say hello baby, hello honey, hello darling, I love you, you know, this type of girl. This type of girl, you just agree a price and I suppose you go. The freelance girls obviously are gonna be probably a lot cheaper than if you take a girl from one of the go-go bars in Cowboy or Nana Plaza, because they're just working for themselves. So they normally just negotiate or agree a price with you, and then you go to a hotel with them, and that's pretty much it as far as the freelance girls go. But there are a lot of freelance girls as well going in like nicer bars and stuff and just like scouting for customers. So always be aware of that. If the girls, the one approaching you and coming up to you and very flirtatious with you, maybe they could be working in freelance. So if you don't want to waste time and money, like you just ask them straight away, you know, like, oh, do you work freelance? Otherwise you could end up spending all night buying them drinks, thinking, yeah, they're a sure thing, they're going home with you. Then they'll just tell you like they want 2,000 or 3,000 baht, whatever the price is nowadays. Next up, what's gonna happen is, if you've had a good night and either in the bar, go-go bar, or whether you choose a freelance girl, whatever it may be, then it's gonna be the point. Those in Thailand who have stayed in Thailand will have heard this saying, short time or long time. Basically what it is short time is you're going to go with them, you're going to do the business. When you're done, she's going to go, you're going to pay, settle up, and that will be it, right? And then long time is if you want them to stay with you pretty much all night until morning. And I presume if you stay with them all night, that means, yeah, you're going to be with them all night. It's not just going to be like a one-time thing. So obviously the price is going to vary with that. You always have to agree with the girl what price you're going to pay. And from all the stories I've heard about like what guys talk, like, guys, I lived in Soi for a long time, so I've got like stories for days. But the mistake I would tell most guys with this is, once you've agreed a price, you should agree, for example, what you're gonna do. Because I've heard so many guys complaining like, oh, she wanted this much money, she would not do this, she would not do this. So I suppose just to save yourself a headache or not being a happy customer, maybe you should agree with the girl first before you go, like what you want to do, what she's willing to do. Because some of you might have some like crazy fantasies, and maybe the girls just don't want to do it. So then if you go and pay the money and they don't want to do like half the things you want to do, you're going to be like pretty pissed off and disappointed. So a top tip for that is, I would say, just agree with the girl everything, price, what you want to do before you even go. Otherwise it could just turn into a nightmare for you. I've heard so many guys complaining about it over the years. So that's some advice I would give on that one. Next is hotels and short time hotels. In most of these areas where the bars are or where the girls are working, they have what they call short time hotels. So basically it's just hotels catering to guys going with women, doing the business and then leaving. So short time hotels can go anywhere between 300 to 700-800 baht, depending the quality of the hotel. The short time hotels are obviously all around Sukhumvit, Nana, Soi Cowboy, these kind of areas. You can stay overnight in the short time hotels as well. They're probably going to cost around 1,000 baht, between 1 and 1,500, but just short time, probably between 300 to 800, 300 to 600 baht, let's say. So this is the top tip I will give about this, as I've heard many stories before, is do not bring the girls to your room or to your own hotel room. It's going to save you a lot of hassle, a lot of drama, because most guys that I see from my experience when I'm around Soi 4 are pretty drunk walking home with these girls. And if you have like nice jewelries, phone, wallet, I'm not saying the girls will rob you, because I think most of them are probably like just genuine, but I have seen it in Soi 4. I have heard the stories about people leaving their wallet or have their full month's holiday money up on the side, and when they've woke up, everything's gone. So to save any of this hassle, I think that's what the short time hotels are for. So you leave your belongings in your hotel, you will go to the short time hotel, you will do the business after everyone's happy and everyone goes on with their night. You're always taking a risk if you take the girls back to your hotel, because number one, they're working for money. Number two, they might not even like you. And number three, why would you take someone you don't really know back to your room where all your personal belongings are? It does not make sense for me when I hear guys complaining, oh, I took this girl back to my room and she took all my stuff. It's like, well, no one deserves to be robbed, but you kind of deserve it to be so careless when there's very cheap short time hotels. So that's the mistake I would not make with that one. Okay guys, I think that's pretty much it, like a basic run through of what happens in the bar scene from like start to finish. Like, it's going to be lady drinks, you're going to choose the girl you like, agree the price, da-di-da-di-da, go to the short time hotel. So I'll be interested to know some like crazy stories you guys have had with girls or bar girls. And let's just talk now a quick like run through about a lot of mistakes I've heard guys making. I've mentioned a lot of them throughout the video, but another main one for me is this, and this is going to sound maybe weird for a lot of those who have never been to Thailand before, but those who stay in Thailand will understand what I mean. Like, if you're a guy that goes with girls in the bar, and let's just say you go to one bar and you've been with a certain girl a few times, but maybe then you want to change, you know, to a different girl. You see a new girl in the bar and you like her and you want to change to her. Generally that should be fine, but those who live here who will know what I'm talking about now, I would not really recommend to do it, because I've seen it happen. The girls start fighting each other. Like, that's my customer. It's like, even though it's a business and you could go in the bar personally the next day and she could be with another guy, and you, of course, it's a business, you have to be quiet, she's with another customer. But when it's them, they feel like they have some kind of control, like you're their customer, and they will start fighting with another girl about you, which is kind of like baffling to me personally. But believe me, it happens. I've seen it happen. And yeah, so just be careful for that. Maybe like you should just go one time and then another time with another, if that's your thing, if that's what you want to do. Or there's many bars, just go to another bar, because I have seen guys cause chaos in bars too, which is kind of crazy. Another tip I would give, mistake not to make, which what I saw happen in a bar one time, and I was just like putting my hand on my head. I was like, oh no, that guy has just got like done bad, and he was kind of left there sitting there with his mouth open thinking, what's just happened to me? Is he's obviously got chatting to a girl he's liked, he's been buying her drinks. I saw he bought her about 4 or 5 drinks, so she's happy, she's sitting there, she's talking, she's getting commission on the drink. And then a regular customer of hers obviously has just walked in, gave her the wink, gave her the nod. She's like told this guy something, literally got up within a second, took a bag, took a phone, and she's gone with this guy. Just said, oh, I have to go, boom, and gone. Because obviously it was a regular customer, she knows she's going, she's getting that money. So the guy she's just been drinking with, who's been buying her drinks all night, she doesn't care, she's boom, she's gone. So a mistake for those guys who really like the girl and want to go with them. Like, you have to remember, guys, this is a business. I would recommend just choose your girl, buy her a drink, and go. If you want to have one drink with her, don't be like pissing around all night, because if a regular customer of hers comes, she's gonna go. And I think some guys are like disappointed with this. I've seen guys buy girls drink and then the girls go and cheersing everyone else and the guy gets angry. But what you have to remember, guys, it's a business. It's gonna happen, So do not be emotional about it. Do not get angry about it. I see many guys get angry in the bar about it. Even guys that have lived here for quite a long time. I see it happen the other day, and I've seen this particular guy around here a lot, so I think he does live here. And he was buying a girl a drink, and then she started talking to someone else, and he got like the hump. But what you have to remember, it's their job. They're working. They do not love you. Even you might like them a lot, and they might be super sweet to you. They do not love you. They're just in it for the money. So you just have to respect that, and yeah, that's the mistake I would not make there. I cannot really think about anything else off the top of my head, because when I start making these videos, like, I will watch this back when I edit it and I'll be like, oh, I forgot to say this, I forgot to say that. So that's what you, the viewers, for. You can jump in and help me in the comments. Any funny stories you want me to read back to the viewers, and we can discuss it over a coffee in the morning. It should be quite funny to do that. As I've spent a lot of time here and I speak to a lot of girls in the bar, I hear their side of the stories too, which is kind of hilarious as well. It would kind of be funny to make like a podcast and have like these girls on and to tell their crazy stories, because some of them are nuts too. But yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments if you've ever been like scammed or something bad's happened to you in the bar. I think generally most of the bar girls here are honest, but I would always just say protect yourself at all times and take care. Don't do something stupid. That's what the short time hotels and everything are for. So yeah, that's all the advice I can give you guys on how the bar scene works, how the bar girls work. So let me know, as I said, in the comments, everything, and we might see you back on another video to discuss more stuff about this. See you on the next video. Ciao.